What is up, YouTube? This is Angel here again from Strengthisfirst. What you're seeing now is a Monday workout I did in the evening. I started it off with pull-ups to my chest with 11 reps. I did one-handed rows, 45 pounds, 2 sets of 13 reps. And then I did pause bench presses, 215 pounds for 4 sets of 2 reps. I initially wanted to do 3 reps, but I felt pretty bad on the first set, so I decided to just do an extra set of 2 reps, making my total rep count of the day 8 reps. Then later I did deadlifts with a full reset. I did 325 pounds for 2 sets of 5 reps. I did hook grip. And then I ended the workout doing weighted pull-ups. I did it using 10 pounds. I did 7 reps in the end. And I'd like to share another passage I found in An Unspoken Voice by Peter A. Levine. It is how the body releases trauma and restores goodness. And this section is called Finding Our Way in the World, the Instinct of Purpose. The job for each species is to adapt and maintain a place for itself in a very complex ecosystem. Evolution's win or wing out process has produced for all species a means of coping through complex sets of actions, even in the most extreme situations. Whether we are frozen in terror, overwhelmed and collapsed, or remained mobilized and engaged and determined largely by our ability to navigate the complex instinctual action patterns described by Darwin and elaborated by his followers. These complex organismic responses depend, in a context of social collaboration, on harmonious teamwork between chemicals, hormones, neurons, and muscles. It is this complex coordination that allows animals to orient and to take the right actions to ensure the reestablishment of control and safety. When all of these intricate systems are working together coherently, we humans have the felt sense recognition that we belong in the world, that our consciousness is expanded, and that we are capable of coping with whatever challenges life brings our way. When these systems are not operating smoothly, we feel insecure and out of sorts. So while our literal survival in a postmodern, actual predator-sparse environment does not so much depend upon expanded consciousness, the very survival of our sanity and selfhood does. Let us take a step back to the beginnings of life to glean a deeper understanding of the concepts we have been exploring. A single-cell organism, like an amoeba, retracts when poked by a sharp object or withdraws from toxic substances. On the other hand, it propels itself toward a source of food by following along chemical nutrient gradients in the water. The totality of its behaviors involve approach and avoidance. It moves toward sources of nourishment and away from noxious stimuli. Later, as cells formed into colonies and neural nets developed to electronically communicate, movements became more organized and purposeful. The highly coordinated, pulsing rhythm of the jellyfish navigating the surging sea is an example of this coherent functioning. As organisms become increasingly differentiated and complex, first as fish and later as reptiles and mammals, the motor systems were fundamentally redefined, and the organization gradually became more social in mammalian development. To facilitate survival in an increasingly complex and socially mediated world, a new mammalian adaptation evolved: feeling states. Feelings are never neutral. They exist along with what is called a hedonic continuum, designating affective spectrum from unpleasant to pleasant. We never feel a neutral emotion, whereas the amoeba never reflexively retracts when poked, avoidance, or moves towards something nourishing, approach. Higher animals feel into such movement as being either pleasurable or painful. External sense organs transmute physical stimuli and convert them into nerve impulses registering sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. Ubiquitous internal sensors monitor a multitude of physiological and visceral processes and sort them into comfortable and uncomfortable. Such was the wisdom imparted by William James, that it is the scanning of our internal senses that becomes the crucible of feeling. So again, I'd like to take the concepts in this book and further apply it into the strength training world. Instinctually, we as animals, as humans, we know what to act. We know what feels good and what feels bad. And for most of us, strength training does not feel good. But we do it anyway, because we know that the benefits far outweigh the short-term pains and struggles we'll ever need to face. So I challenge you today to do something in the gym that puts you outside of your comfort zone, that makes you grow a little bit, that puts you in a state of discomfort. And later, you will recognize that these decisions will be paid back to you 10 times over. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next training session.